Yo, what is up, guys, boys? It's Borm here, coming to you with this update. This update is we are now in season 5. Season 5 has now officially dropped, and now we're gonna be doing some of the zombies content, which we're gonna be focusing on the perks alone, just the one perk, death perception, and the field upgrade, Tesla Storm. I'm not gonna deal with Tesla Storm yet. Actually, first of all, we're gonna talk about the Tesla Storm. So Tesla Storm, for the 5 tiers that we got, we have. So for the 10 seconds, lightning connects to other players, stunning and damaging normal enemies. This is actually really good when you're pairing this with someone who has Frenzy Guard. If you're in a group, Frenzy Guard Tesla Storm is probably good because with Frenzy Guard, you have the normal enemies explode after they hit you, and then Tesla Storm, they're getting stunned and they're getting slowed down. And if you have this at tier 5, they're getting slowed down as well, and then they're just getting stunned and taking damage. So it's just gonna be a lot of like CC type dealing with when it comes to ads. So this is really good when it comes to like Easter egg boss fights, so you don't really have to deal with stuff, so things are kind of just like freezing up, taking damage, and you could more likely deal with the boss and deal less with the zombies that are coming around you, so it's easier for that. But let's see. So tier 1 doubles the damage dealt when enemies are stunned by Tesla Storm, that's good. I don't know how much damage it does, which I wouldn't assume that it would do a little bit of damage. I feel like it would do Wonder Waff damage, where it would kind of like one shot or do like half HP and then do tick damage later on, which is actually pretty decent. And then tier 2, which most field upgrades do at around tier 2, which is just increase the time, which I think Aether Shroud. No, yeah, around tier 2, increase the time to, instead of 10 seconds, just add 5 more. We get 15 seconds instead, which is good. We like to keep things going as long as possible. Tier 3, special enemies can be stunned and damaged, which is good. This becomes an ammo mod at this point, where now special enemies can now be stunned, which means that it's even better when paired with Frenzy Guard, because now not only are just the ads being slowed down, now the actual special zombies like the Mimics, the Manglers, Megatons, and maybe the Panzer? I don't know if the Panzer counts. Oh, special and elite. So I think at tier 5 it actually stuns Panzers for a little bit, which I think is actually pretty good. But now we kind of skip. So tier 4, players generate a field that gain 25% increased movement speed, which means let's say you already have stamina up on, you're zooming. And if you're pairing this with someone who's running Aether Shroud, oh, they're zooming. Because I don't know if it stacks, but if it stacks, they're gone. They're like, they're already like across the map, and it's over. But yeah, Tesla Storm overall, I think it's decent. It's really good if you're gonna pair it with, let's say if you're gonna do Legion. Let's say you run 2 Ring of Fires, 1 Frenzy Guard, and 1 Tesla Storm. Right? And here's when Tesla Storm would be viable. So the Ring of Fires and Frenzy Guard would be used for when like you're damaging the guy. Tesla Storm is for when the guy is for when you need to damage the Legion, like the shield part, and you need to clear ads or stop them from moving. So that's when you pop Tesla Storm for a little bit, and that's when it allows everybody in the group to focus on the Legion while everything else around you is getting stunned. And then the other 2 person, most likely the guy with Frenzy Guard, killing ads, so he's able to get his Frenzy Guard up faster, which would be also really great. So overall, Tesla Storm is probably really good. I mean, to be honest, these are really good. This would be really good against Firebase Z boss, the Orda, and the Legion alone. I mean, to be honest, Valentina, it could work on Valentina. No, it would definitely be good on Valentina. It's just, it wouldn't be that optimal when you could just, Ring of Fire, her projectiles, and then freaking Death Machine her to death, which is a thing. So yeah, overall, Tesla Storm, probably one of the better mods when it comes to a team. By itself, I don't know about by itself. By itself, it might be mediocre at best, but I think when it's like with a 4-man or fuck it, 2 people, 3 people, more than just one, it's pretty good. Pretty up there actually. But I would actually have to see it in play first before I actually give it a like where it's at. But overall, from what I'm reading, I think this is actually really good. Stunning and doing damage at the same time. It's basically the ammo mod Deadwire, but this is just like better. Overall, from what I see, it's kind of like Wonderwall shots. That is just going at the zombies. So hopefully it's better. Hopefully this is good. Now let's go to perk. The perk we all dreaded because it was in Black Ops 4, Death Perception. Death Perception, in my opinion, is the best perk for Outbreak. And if you're and like it's good on every map when you're just trying to get salvage, especially for when you get it to blue tier 3, you literally gain 20% more looted salvage and high grade salvage, which means you can definitely get to legendary tier on the weapon you started out with really fast, extremely fast. And if you're not focused on the weapon you started out with, well then any weapon you got from the box, you can definitely get it up faster and get tier 3 armor extremely fast. Like, that's really good. And what I mean for Outbreak, that's really good on Outbreak. Especially if you're trying to get salvage, because since the map is wide, and but like, you know, actually let me explain that a little bit in a second on why this is really good. So let me get through the tiers though. Tier 1, minimap update rate is increased. So like when the UAV, it's just faster, which is overall, I think that's okay. I mean, to be honest, it's not needed. We don't really look at our map that much. And to be honest, it already keenline, we could see zombies through walls. I mean, I don't know what we need to see zombies through walls for. I mean, if you're newer to the game, it's fine. But, you know, the keenline, that'll get good in a second. If you're reading ahead, you already know what I'm about to talk about. Enemies give indicators when they're behind you. So this is really good if you're, like training, right? And then you're shooting them down. And now you have an indicator to know if a zombie's about to sneak up behind you, because you're obviously not paying attention to the map. So if a zombie's right behind you, you get the little red indicator, 6 cents. That's basically what that is. It's 6 cents. You get that. That's pretty good. Gain 20% more loot and salvage. I already explained why that's fucking great, because you need salvage. The more salvage you have, the more equipment you get, and the more prepared you can be for later events. If you're trying to go for high rounds, if you're trying to just go for doing Easter eggs, if you're just doing that, then that's really good for that. And that's what I mean on Outbreak, because then this one was just out of the ballpark. Increased armor penetration. Actually, I think that was one of the effects that it gave it in Black Ops 4 when it had like the double effect, which when you would pick it up, it would give you the increased armor pen. So I think that's what that is. That's really good. And this is why I say this is probably the best perk for Outbreak. And we're going to get to tier 5. We're going to talk about it all together once we're done. So tier 5, nearby chest resources item drops are keylined through walls, which means you could see the chests, the items, and resources, and the things that drop from crystals and stuff through walls. Which means you could get more, which means you can optimize more on the resources that you gain and gain so much more. Now the reason why, finally we're getting to it, the reason why I say this is the greatest Outbreak perk of all time is because of tier 5 and tier 3 alone. And the last 3 tiers alone, because this is what I mean. You pick this up, you're doing 25% more armor penetration damage to the Legion boss. Then you're getting your higher salvage looted, 25% more looted when it comes to high grade and regular salvage. So this means you can upgrade your weapons, you can get your armor up, really fast. You can get your monkey bombs, your things that you need to set up for, your death machines, your chopper gunners, your literally everything. Your grenades set up super fast because of how much you're about to gain through this. And seeing the chest through walls and resources through walls, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts when it comes to Outbreak. Now, here's what we do. This is extremely well synergized with Deadshot. Tier 2 of Deadshot states increased damage against armor pieces by 50%. That stacks with Death Perception's armor penetration damage. So this plus that against the Legion boss fight, that's why I say it's great on the Outbreak alone. For when you do the Legion boss fight in the Easter egg, that and this, if everybody has Deadshot and Death Perception, at least tier 4 to 5, because tier 5 on Deadshot Daiquiri, if you didn't know, is each consecutive hit on the same target is 2% more damage and the maximum is 20%. So if you're literally focusing the same target, you're doing more damage over time, which is extremely good. Like that's fucking awesome. So overall, Death Perception's really nuts. Really nuts when it comes to resource. It's a really good info and resource perk. It's not meant for damage. Tier 4 was just a little sprinkle, a little sprinkle on the cake, you know, a little topping. That's it. So that everything else, fantastic. When it comes, especially since they're really focusing on Outbreak right now, Death Perception is the Outbreak perk. That is a meta Outbreak perk. And essentially you could just end up picking up all the perks anyways. Death Perception is just going to be in your lineup regardless. So it's really good. And literally you all you got to do is pair Death Perception, Deadshot Daiquiri, and Elemental Pop, and you have all these DPS perks. Imagine if they put Deadshot as the last perk. Not Deadshot. Double Tap. We have one perk slot left, and there are a lot of perks in COD yet that still have not been put in. COD Zombie that have yet not been put in. If we don't need Who's Who because we already have that through Tombstone. We don't need Electric Cherry because we already have that through Elemental Pop. What else? And I think that's it. I mean, like, to be honest, there's a lot of other things that are there. But already have, like, the only thing we don't, like, if they put in Double Tap, not only would that end up being like, oh, better critical damage, oh, higher fire rate, and a bunch of other shit. Like, those would be the 4 perks of the Apocalypse, but we don't know what the last one is. To be honest, double tap is kind of down the drain. I don't think we're getting double tap back. We already got Juggernaut, Speed Cola, Quick Revive back from the grave. Well, Quick Revive was always there. I mean, Stamina Up, whatnot. Like, Deadshot, all those perks back from the grave because those were tossed away. They made Deadshot significantly better in Cold War. Elemental Pop, I was a little iffy about until I actually tried it out. It was really good. Right now, actually, we're kind of in a good place for perks just because of the way that they made Death Perception. Death Perception was a shit perk in fucking Black Ops 4, but right now, because of the way things are in Cold War Zombies and the way how the progression system works when it comes to resources and, like, guns and whatnot and gun upgrades, Death Perception is probably one of the best perks right now. And I say that wholeheartedly because of just how fast you're able to get your resources with Death Perception is going to be nuts. I'd say literally the first 2 perks you would get in like everything, I say you get Juggernaut and Death Perception first. Every other perk you can get as whatever you want. Deadshot, Elemental Pop, Tombstone for some reason, Mule Kick, Quick Revive for some reason if you're not confident in your fucking teammates on living. You can stamina up if you need to, you know that you need to move around the map fast. But right now, I feel like you get Juggernog, because, it's fucking Juggernog. Why wouldn't you get Juggernog first? And Death Perception, so you can start getting that Death Perception value at extremely early rounds. Really early rounds. Death Perception Juggernog. And let me see. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that is a very good thing that they did for how they made this so much better than what they did in Black Ops 4. I didn't even play that much of Black Ops 4. That's the funny thing. But yeah, that's going to be my review overall on the two things. And I can't believe I talked about it for a while. I'm not even going to edit this. I'm going to be lazy about it. So I'll see you guys on whenever I decide to post the next video. Skr skr.